And welcome to another episode of the Pondering Nerds show, where us nerds talk and ponder hard about everything and anything that's going on in nerddom. I'm one of your co-hosts, Mickey, and along with me tonight is Nate.
You.
And also our fellow co-host, Alyssa.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up? Also behind the scenes, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That's just Lance. And tonight we're talking about Kickstarter, and we're going to talk about some of the cool things that's currently coming through the Kickstarter pipeline, some really interesting campaigns that caught our eye. And we want to know what Kickstarter campaigns you guys are funding and what you guys get a kick out of learning about. So let us know in the comments. But what are some of the Kickstarter campaigns that you guys have seen that really sparked your interest? Alyssa, Nate?
Well, so far what I've seen, and I'm happy this has already been funded. I think the coolest Kickstarter I've seen is this cooler called The Coolest Cooler, and I really think it is like the coolest cooler. Like, I don't really like to go to beaches, or I don't go to many picnics, but this thing is just so cool. It has like a blender, so you can make margaritas on the go, and oh my god, it's just all this cool storage, and then you flip it open, and it's got plates and knife, and you could play your music through it, you can connect your iPod or your cell phone or a USB cord, and then they show at nighttime, like, you open it up, and then there's like a light so you can see your beer, and it has a bottle opener. This is like the coolest thing I've ever seen, and you could waterproof wireless speakers, and you can tie down your stuff on the go. It's just like, oh my god, this thing has so many things. And it's just so cool.
Does it turn into a scooter?
No, but it's
Yet?
still cool. Not yet.
Sounds cool.
But this is still freaking cool that you can just store your food and your booze, and it has cup holders and play your music. It's just like it's great for parties. It's great for if you have a beach party or you have a picnic. It has everything in one, and I just think that's really cool because it looks like it makes things a lot easier if you have to travel someplace. So I'm cool. I'm happy that's been funded because that thing is really cool.
Yeah, you and me both. We find the coolest cooler very cool. Pretty much. I mean, I don't know, like, can you imagine the commercial for this thing? It's going to sound so dorky because they're just going to be saying cool every few minutes. The coolest cooler. I don't know. It is kind of, I mean, it's the coolest cooler. So, like, I don't know. I want one. I saw it. I think they profiled it on NBC. And when you said that it glows in the dark, I was like, wow, that's really amazing. I don't remember them mentioning that, but I thought the blender was really cool. And it doesn't even look that much bigger than all the other coolers out there. So it's space efficient for all the stuff that it's able to do,
Yeah. That's what I love. Just space efficient, using things to reuse, and having things that you could use for more than one purpose. So I think it's really cool.
Nice. Well, I myself found a few really interesting Kickstarter products, and I actually spoke about one a few episodes ago. It had to do with the solar panel invention that that couple made. I forget their names right now. I'm sorry for the brain lapse. My apologies. But yeah, so that's one of the most impressive campaigns that I've been seeing so far recently. Then there's also some cool current works, some other works one of the fundraising campaigns is for the Jolt sensor, which I found actually really touching because of all of the controversy in the NFL about the mismanagement and the neglect, some would say, of football players and their health issues after they leave the NFL, or some during, especially when it comes to head injuries and in particular concussions. So what the Jolt sensor does is it's this really thin white band that goes around the head, and it measures the impact of collisions to the head. So we're not able to do that for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we have our body functions, most of them we're just not aware of. So this band, it senses for you how hard your head is hit, and if it's a serious impact, then it will set off some kind of an alarm, and it'll be an indicator of you not being of it not being wise for you to continue playing in that game. And I think that would be really good for kids, and I think that's good for adults as well. I think it's good for anybody that has that plays sports or does any kind of activity where impacts to the head are almost inevitable, you know?
No,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good for like if anybody out there, is a coach or an athletic trainer. So, uh, yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Word.
So what about you,
Um,
Nate? Any Kickstarter campaigns that you've been noticing or anything?
well, like I never really, I don't know. After that whole potato salad one, I was kind of turned off to Kickstarter. Like I still have, I still have beef with that guy who got $55,000 for. For those of you who might not have heard, some dude got $55,000 for a potato salad. Like, so I don't know. I got really turned off to it. I mean, like when y'all brought it up, I started looking up some projects, and I'm not seeing, I don't know, nothing's really jumping out at me that's like super crazy. I'm seeing some that are kind of cool. Like right now, I'm on the robots page under technology, and I don't know what the hell you would need this for, but it's just kind of cool. It says human scale prototype for bug juggler, a car juggling robot. Like apparently, you put on this like arm apparatus thing, and like it controls this robot arm that can juggle objects that are 250 pounds. Um, so I don't understand how that's supposed to be a car juggler, but still, that's kind of cool. Like you got, I don't know how it's supposed to juggle. I don't know. But I think little things like that's kind of cool. Like when I always think of the bigger picture when I see stuff like that. Like if you can do that with, how long is it going to be before we have some Iron Man type stuff where you got this whole mechanical suit that you can, use. You know what I mean? I just think, I don't know, it'd be pretty cool to see. Like I said, I haven't really been following Kickstarter too much, but there are some still cool projects out there. Under the same tab of robotics, somebody got uh, almost 80 grand to develop a new underwater thruster, which I guess will be placed onto. I can't tell if this is like industrial size from the picture. I can't tell if it's like going to be put on submarines or if this thing is just for like small underwater craft. You know what I mean? Little man vehicles and stuff. I don't know, but I mean, there's some
Okay.
interesting stuff up there for sure.
What are thrusters exactly?
Thrusters, like like little propellers. Like it looks like it just says underwater thruster. So the
Oh, okay.
T100, a game changer for underwater thruster.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's
Changing
just
the
one of these
game,
things that
homie.
sits on top. Yeah, it just sits on something and propels it through the water, underwater. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
technology is getting cool. It's kind of cool that Kickstarter's up here. But I mean that whole point of the potato salad. And you made a point before we started the show that the good and bad that comes with it is that you have some really awesome projects that might not get it noticed as much when you have some stuff like a potato salad thing that's just ridiculous, honestly. You know what I'm
It's
saying? And
stupid.
then they get 55 grand, and then you got somebody who really needs the money. You know what I mean? But anyway, I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles in life sometimes.
Yep.
I hear you, man. That guy, funny enough, he's throwing a concert with all the extra money that he got from the potato salad thing. So that's funny. If I'm so inclined, I might just go down to, I think it's Ohio, and like check that out. But yeah. So we have a lot of thoughts about Kickstarter. It's the good and the bad, and sometimes the ugly, right? But let us know what kind of campaigns you guys are seeing lately. All right, let us know what your thoughts on the show, and feel free to check us out on Twitter, on Facebook, Pinterest. We're having a gathering hopefully coming up to see The Walking Dead in New York, and we're also going to be at Comic-Con. We're doing some things, so come check us out and hang out with us. All right, and look forward to our next episode on the Pondering Nerds Show. Thank you. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.